there's only God. And when you drop the duality idea, there's only God.
It's true. Somebody wanted to discuss demons and devils, and I said, I don't ascribe to it. I said, because if Scripture is true, then there's only God.
That's right. That's right. And the others are there, but they're only yours.
Mm-hmm.
You have to dream them up. You have to, even if you hear it from somebody else, you have to accept their dream of it for you to dream it. And that's what we're trying to tell you right now, that if you will listen to the message, it's your own first-person, present-tense message. And if you'll move in and think from, you'll have all that you desire. Isn't that so?
It's so. It's so.
I mean, that was the promise. Do you believe God's promises? That's all you have to ask yourself. See, that people don't ask themselves the questions because they don't want to hear the answers they'll get.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly it right there. It's like the person that puts off, they say, I need to start going to church, for example, but they don't want to go to church because, of course, they're afraid what they're going to hear from the preacher or the teacher.
Yes, and you know something? That you just touched on something there. I remember as a child, going to my grandparents' house on my mother's side, and they were Pentecostal. And, of course, while I was there, I went to church with them.
Mm-hmm.
And tell you the truth, they scared me. I mean, it was really weird. It really scared me, and I wasn't all that into it in the first place. So, so that kind of really put a feeling that I didn't like on me about that religion.
I was just thinking as you were saying that and it's true, if you're not accustomed to that environment, anybody, and they see because it's really charismatic. There's a lot of energy that's going into the Pentecostal movement. Oh. And for those who are not familiar with it, it's terrifying. And it's like, what the heck did I just get into? But if you've been raised into it, for example, if you were a small child raised into it and you heard all the music and the dancing and the screaming and so forth, it would have been commonplace for you. But a child being brought from outside, even visiting his grandparents, that could be a terrifying ordeal. Yes,
actually it was. But at the same time, it had another effect also, but that's another story.
Okay. We just had a Paul Harvey moment, the rest of the story. Remember Paul Harvey?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Is one of my heroes of the many. But, the thing of it is that look at all the reading material, magazines, and all of that stuff. And it really means nothing.
No.
When you compare it to what is available for your life-changing ideas taking flower and blossom, why are you spending your time rather than investing your time? That's all I keep asking myself. Why are you spending your time thinking about that when you can be investing that same amount of time in something that's productive in your world? That really amazes me that you can tell people about it, because you see, I wasn't being told about it at first. I was just thinking these things, but being told about it and being testified to, why wouldn't you at least try it?
Agreed.
Why wouldn't you do a thing? You're told, do a thing and you'll have the power. Well, there's the thing. Why don't you do it? See, you can do it. That's what really gets me, is that God is saying, do it. I can't imagine him saying, do it to someone who can't do it. Can you?
Impossible. Wouldn't do it. And he can't do it because he's in them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He gave you his power.
Absolutely.
And you're using it how? That's all you have to ask yourself. Really, that's all you have to ask yourself. Just start right there. That's what it means by opening and quickening. I mean, you see, go sit in the silence and open these ideas and listen to what's being said. And that's the reason why we put it on CDs and that, so that buy a CD, listen to it over and over and over, because you're training yourself to discipline yourself to listen to the Word, and it is your message. It's not. It's not meant for anyone else but you. Everyone is you. It's your message. Listen to it over and over until you understand it. And you'll be happy beyond your present attitude of the world, your primary interest in the world. Well, everything will change. Wouldn't you say?
It will change. It definitely will change. And the thing is, you use that word again, discipline. There's probably, when we're talking about these principles, the truth be told, if you got 100 people, I think that 3 to 10 will say, you know what, I'm going to put this stuff to use, and everybody else is just listening for entertainment purposes. They like the words and so forth, but it's really just pleasing to the ear, but it's not enough for them to take action. When you're giving your talks to your people, mm-hmm.
You have to instill the idea that this is their responsibility, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking to you to do something. When you're telling them that you don't do it, you're just telling them so that they can do it. See, Jesus said that I myself can do nothing. Now, right there, that statement, if he can do nothing, where does that leave us?
Mm-hmm.
so it's always up to the individual. I mean, everybody knows they have to do it for themselves. I mean, the word responsibility, that sends everybody running. Nobody wants to be the one responsible to actually hear what they are to do. But the thing of it is that the churches have made being saved is a matter of being good, as natural man mind reasoning determines good to be. Because actually, there is no really thing about morality. It's an open book. Attitude is what it really is about. What are your attitudes toward life? That's what you'll be experiencing. So just check them out for yourself, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And I actually love that was a part of the conversation that you said that because many of us are caught up on morality. I remember saying that I would get back in church when I stopped going to the clubs, when I stopped going out, but that wasn't the time to not go. It's like these messages. People say, well, once I can start thinking right, then I'll start. No, you start practicing the message and the thinking right will follow.
Yeah, right. See, the thing is that you're on all the time. So you're broadcasting to whatever you're saying on and without or within, you're broadcasting your future. Can you actually visualize that you're actually creating your future moment by moment? Wouldn't you say?
I would say it's a thought. I wanted to let that resonate for a little bit and just kind of think about it, but absolutely.
If you just realize you're on all the time and that every word is taken in a culmination to make up your life, you'll change your conversations real quickly. I mean, out of the absolute necessity of survival, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes. And you're so right that once you understand, if the problem is, it would be nice in many cases if every time we thought something would pop up in our world, but because it doesn't happen that quickly, people say, well, no, that was just something that just happened. It just happened by happenstance.
Everybody told you, oh, that would have happened anyway.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't happen anyway. That's the whole point of what we're telling them. It is that it doesn't just happen anyway. It has to be thought of, and somebody's thinking of it. If it happens, that's why. Because it's as you think, you are, you do, you have, you be. It's that simple. If you'll keep it that simple, you'll correct yourself quickly. Wouldn't you say?
I would say. So again, it goes back to how simple it is.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. No, it's natural to complicate everything.
True.
It's natural. It's natural, isn't it?
It is.
Because you're going to try to figure it out. Well, you don't figure it out. It's revelation. And that's what you should be looking for. That's what you should be expecting. The revelation that sets you on the track. And it's with you. All you have to do is recognize it. But you have to be in the stillness to do so. And that's what I mean. The time you spend alone, feeling after, better than the best, is a gold mine if you use it wisely, isn't it?
It is. It really is. And I think that we can't even emphasize it enough, but I know that it's important for us to keep saying it and saying it and saying it, going into the silence, because our whole goal is for each and every person to discover these truths for themselves.
Yes. You're experiencing what you're thinking. Are you thinking right? Then you're happy. If you're thinking wrong, then you're unhappy. And if that is too simple for you, just start thinking from it and see the changes, because you will have the changes, but you must show up. You must claim your place in line, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, sir, I'm being summoned downstairs, so I got to go see what's going on there. But we'll talk soon, and be safe, enjoy yourself, and be happy.
Okay, I'll try. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later, sir.